How's it going, everyone? ND Sean 45 coming at you. I'll get right to the point here. Ever since I uploaded my Georgia postgame video, some of the comments that I've been receiving since then, sheer lunacy. That's the best way I can describe it. Some of you people don't know half of what you're talking about. Your comments are just straight up stupid. You're really good at twisting my words around into things that I didn't even say. And even when I do reply, you don't seem to know how to read all the comment because you miss a lot of things. Just unbelievable, some of the things that I've been reading. Now, don't get me wrong, people. I'm not talking about all of you. Most of you who have been commenting, you're reasonable. You get it. You're not stupid. You're sane. Okay? So don't think I'm talking about all of you, just to make that clear. But some of these comments, the only thing I can think of with some of them is, how do these people come up with this shit? And now I get that as a video maker, this is probably one of the biggest mistakes you can make is to call out your audience. But it's not like this is some show on a major network and I'm getting paid for this. I'm just some guy who does this in his free time, and I'll say what I have to. And if it pisses anybody off, so be it. Now, I don't have time to cherry pick through all the comments that I received, but let me just say this, people. On this channel, when I do a preview or a recap, I make respect my number one priority. Okay, I'm not going to be some raving, cursing lunatic who comes on here after a loss and just constantly bitches and complains, blames the officials, that kind of thing. I've done that before. Let me tell you something. That's the kind of video that I get 1,000 to 1,500 views on overnight. And the reason for that, somebody saw the video, posted it on a website or a message board, and I become the running joke on there. Well, you know something? I'm trying to keep that to a minimum. I'm trying to limit that. So I'm not going to give that ammunition. I'm not going to do that kind of video anymore because it just makes me look like an idiot. So I'm all about giving respect to whether either Notre Dame or our opponent, especially after a good game like that on Saturday. And yes, Georgia was deserving of respect. I don't see why that's so hard for you people, some of you people to understand. Another comment that I received, I forget the guy's name, but he says, Sean, how can you see anything positive out of a game like this? We lost one possession going back to last year and all that crap. Maybe I didn't elaborate, which I'll give you that. But what I'm talking about is things like our defense. They stepped up. They made some plays. And after hearing all week that we were going to lose by 30 or 40 points, yeah, I'd call that a positive. And I thought it was going to be the opposite, that our offense was going to have to carry us because our defense was going to struggle. So yes, there were some positives that we can use moving forward. And another comment that kind of correlates with that, hey, Ryan Francis, how you doing? This is one of yours. I had a little back and forth with this guy, and he says to me, Sean, it's just you seem like we just lost and you don't care. Really, dude? Really? If you think that I'm not pissed off after losing, then you're out of your mind, dude. Just because I don't scream and holler doesn't mean that I'm not pissed off after losing. I hate losing. It sucks. But I'm going to keep my cool as well, just as I just explained. I'm not going to be a cursing, raving lunatic. Some other guy came on here and said, you're just acting butthurt, Sean, when people don't agree with you. No, it's not it. People can disagree with me. I don't care if they do or not. Just show some respect. That's it. I mean, it's like, because there were a few comments where it was not good enough. I mean, give our guys some credit. And when I gave Georgia credit, maybe I took a little too far when I said they're one of the best in the SEC. Yes, that is yet to be seen, but they're still a damn good football team. That's all I was trying to say. Again, I'm about respect. That's my number one priority on here, and I try to make it that. Even if though it hasn't always succeeded, I try. And also, people, for the last time, enough with the fire Brian Kelly crap. I'm sick of those comments. Some of you people have to start looking at this as a whole. It's not always the head coach's fault. On Saturday night, there's blame to go around. For example, Brandon Wimbush, not trying to beat up the kid, but clearly he showed that he was a first-time starter at the collegiate level. Made a lot of mistakes. Missed a lot of reads, missed some open receivers, 2 crucial turnovers, including the one that did us in at the end. So clearly he's got a lot to work on. So, again, not trying to beat him up, but it's just fact. Our offensive line, Okay, clearly they're not a top 5 offensive line. They got a lot of work to do too. They're good, don't get me wrong, and Georgia's a good defense. But we were letting way too many guys get in. Too much pressure. So you people have to start looking at all that stuff. It's not always all on the head coach. And also, who's your answer? Let's say they fire Brian Kelly. Who's your answer? Anybody pick your coach. For the sake of argument, let's say they fire Kelly and bring in Bob Stoops. Where's the guarantee that he's going to have success right away? There's no guarantee. Not saying that it can't or won't happen, but there's no guarantee that it will. And let's say he goes 8-5, 8-5, and so on. Then you all would be calling for his head. So how about the bottom line is, how about you just quit being fair weather fans, support our coach and our team, no matter how much of a dick our head coach might be. But they're all dickheads. A lot of them are to a certain degree. But support our team. Don't be like the people who sold all their tickets to opposing fans on Saturday night. Support your team through and through. And it's funny that you guys all want Brian Kelly out. I mean, this is a guy who's taken us to places since Lou Holtz. Now, granted, yes, the Fiesta Bowl the year before, we did not win. The national championship game, we did not win. But we are getting there. I mean, that's give some credit that he's gotten us to some places that we haven't been for in a while. The bottom line is, people, firing the coach is not always the right solution. You can't always make the head coach a scapegoat. So bottom line, people, to wrap this video up, if you want me to elaborate on something, just ask from now on. I'll be happy to do so. 2, know what you're talking about. 3, if you're going to be stupid, don't comment. I don't have time for it. Think things through. So on that note, people, I'll try to have the BC preview out tomorrow or so, hopefully. Had a lot going on this week, and also I've been a little bit sick. So on that note, people, that's all I have for you. God bless, and go Irish.